Hello, welcome to Stratford End United. This is your latest Manchester United news. As we're all aware by now, tonight's game against Brentford has been called off. This is due to the COVID outbreak at Manchester United. And I was reading some comments from United fans before I come on to do the show today. And it seems to be a mixture of response from United fans since we've found out this game has been called off. Some United fans saying that the Premier League have done the right thing by calling this game off this evening. Other United fans not too happy, saying that this game could have gone ahead and we've got a big enough team and we could have played a weakened team against Brentford this evening. I agree with both of those comments. You can understand why the Premier League have made a decision to call the game off this evening. The procedures there are in place to protect Manchester United and also protect Brentford as well. The information that I was given before I come on to do the show today was the Premier League wanted this game to go ahead. They didn't want to call this game off due to the busy fixture list over the Christmas period. And also the game against Brighton on Saturday, that game could also be in doubt as well. Understood that there's also an outbreak at Brighton, so that game is also in doubt of going ahead. So the game tonight has been called off. So Manchester United will rearrange this game. But hopefully the game against Brighton on Saturday will go ahead. So there's no game tonight. And if the game against Brighton on Saturday is also called off as well, that's two games that Manchester United will have to squeeze in over this busy fixtureless period. And also we got the FA Cup coming up in January. And also we got the last 16 in the Champions League as well. So hopefully this game against Brighton on Saturday does go ahead. I also want to talk about the performances under Ralph Rangnick since he's taken over as interim manager at Manchester United. And the first game against Crystal Palace at Old Trafford, I think the first 5 minutes of that game, I think we pressed more than we did in that first 5 minutes than we did over the last year under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I'm sure a lot of United fans will agree with that comment. I thought it was a really good performance. 1-0 win, kept a clean sheet. The performance against Young Boys last Wednesday in the Champions League. I was there at Old Trafford. It was a really weird atmosphere at Old Trafford last Wednesday. There was nothing to play for. Ralph Rangnick played a weakened team as expected. Gave a lot of the first team players a rest. The performance as a whole wasn't great. Mason Greenwood scored a goal, I think, in the first 10 minutes of that game. But after, we allowed Young Boys to play that game. There was nothing to play for in that game. We were already through to the last 16 of the Champions League. But this was an opportunity, for some of these players to show Ralph Rangnick what they can do. You would have thought that some of these United players would want to get into this United starting 11. Some of these United players last Wednesday, just didn't do that against Young Boys. I thought Jesse Lingard was really poor. Matic, I thought Aaron Bissaka was really poor. So these players, saying that they're disappointed that they're not getting into this United starting 11. But I don't think they done themselves any favours with the way that they performed against Young Boys last Wednesday, and the performance against Norwich on Saturday. Yes, we won the game. Ronaldo scored a penalty. We won the game 1-0. But the performance as a whole, which I'm sure a lot of United fans will agree with you, the performance as a whole was appalling, absolutely appalling. I thought Norwich were really unlucky not to get something out of that game. When you look at the performance against Crystal Palace, and you look at the performance against Norwich on Saturday, you would think that these players, had never played with each other before. It just looked like the old Manchester United team under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. There didn't seem to be any kind of confidence going in, coming from this Manchester United team on Saturday. We allowed Norwich to dominate the game for large parts. Again, we've got Frank David De Gea for making some really good saves in this game that kept us in that game. The penalty, when I first, I'm going to be honest with you, when I first saw the penalty decision, I thought Ronaldo would have made the most of it. Watched it again, and you can, I thought, you can understand why the referee, decided to give the penalty. But there are some United fans who left comments saying that Ronaldo, did make the most of the content. Can't speak, sorry. During that decision, but the performance as a whole was absolutely appalling. Like I said, when you look at the performance against Crystal Palace, on Saturday, there was a huge amount of difference. Like I said, it just didn't look like these players had ever played together at all. Some really disappointed performances again from Marcus Rashford. And there were stories out there that that Ralph Rangnick could drop some of these big players if they're not performing in this Manchester United team. And I agree with that. If you're not performing in this Manchester United team, then why should it be picked week in, week out? I think we've seen this under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Where there were certain players not performing well enough in this Manchester United team. But they were constantly being picked. I think this needs to change under Ralph Rangnick. If you feel that certain players, however big or small, however big these United players seem to think they are, if they're not performing in this Manchester United team, then they should be dropped. And we should be giving, the younger players a chance to perform in this Manchester United team. But performances going forward need to improve. If United want to get into top four and play in Champions League football, get into Champions League next season. If you want to progress in the FA Cup and the Champions League, we got the last 16 game against Atletico Madrid. That's not going to be an easy game. Yes, under Ralph Rangnick, he's not been in charge very long at Manchester United. It's going to take time for the United players to get used of the way that Ralph Rangnick wants them to play. It's going to take them time to get used to the system the system that Ralph Rangnick wants them to play in, the new formation as well. But he's at the end of the day, these United players, they are professional footballers. Ralph Rangnick can do as much as he can off the pitch. In training, he can help get the players confident. He can help get the players' confidence back. But these players have got to want to perform on this pitch as well. Ralph Rangnick, you can't force it into these players. The players have got to want to perform on this pitch. They've got to want to perform for the badge, do it for themselves, do it for fans, and do it for the club as well. And in my opinion, we didn't see that at all against Norwich on Saturday. So like I said, the performances have definitely got to improve. And there's a few stories out there already saying that a few of these players could be heading out. Cavani could be leaving Manchester United in January. He's willing to take a pay cut to join Barcelona in January. There's also rumours that Jesse Lingard could be leaving Manchester United in the January transfer window as well. It's understood that West Ham United are interested in taking Jesse Lingard, to West Ham, and also Anthony Martial could be leaving Manchester United in the January transfer window as well. It's going to be interesting to see over the next month or so, what happens with this Manchester United team. Like I say, I feel like these United players need to prove why they should be starting in this Manchester United team. Performances need to improve compared to what we've seen on Saturday. I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens over the January transfer window. What players come out and what players come in. So like I say, disappointed at the game has been called off against Brentford this evening. Hopefully the game against Brighton on Saturday will go ahead. Thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed watching the show today. If you have enjoyed watching, do smash a like on the video, and also smash a like and also subscribe to the channel on the bottom right hand corner if you want to do so as well. I'll be back later on in the week. Thank you all for watching. Take care, and I will speak to you soon.